it's the haps.
The haps.
The paps.
I don't know. Nah, all right.
Get
let me
those.
stop.
Get those. Get those if you haven't.
Hey, definitely need to go get that coochie check, baby girl.
Don't. I was just, I was like, oh,
Baby girl.
coochie bad. Vaginal cells being extracted. Like, oh,
Baby girl,
okay.
please
I
get that
gotta roll up
coochie
my
checked
sleeves.
out.
Oh man, I'm staying out of women's business in
Yeah,
2023.
it's their body to do with what they will.
Yeah.
Just
Tell
know.
that to Greg Abbott.
Just
What?
know.
Wow.
Got a smell on it. I'm throwing a chlorine
that to the
tablet in
governor.
it. Get shot at
Yeah.
that swimming pool.
Hot
cleaner.
Wheels. But anyways, this is episode 3 of the Thought Process.
Yeah, I just removed that sweater to show off this shirt. I did.
Yeah, we did not catch any of that.
Yeah.
The camera's on me.
It
Purple,
happened. It all happened. It
With
goes-
the purple.
It
Show the
goes-
boys purple.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
goes in the dark. You know what I'm saying? So when you at raves,
That boy's saucy.
You know what I'm
I'm saucing on you.
Oh shit. And
Ooh.
Oh, you got his nails done too?
yeah, he ready.
Uh-huh.
no, they're clipped
He ready for some-
because
Oh.
I'm not trying to scar her.
Oh. He said.
With the 3 fingers.
Exactly.
Fisticuffs!
Fisticuffs. Trying to
But
be
look,
able to just
no, for real,
glide
for real,
on in
for real,
there.
for real.
You know what I'm saying?
All right, so this is episode 3 of the Thought Process. Welcome back. Thank you for joining us. You could have been anywhere, but you decided to go ahead and stop by here, and we appreciate you for that. Before we get started, go ahead, well, you can't but go ahead and subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe,
Yeah, go ahead and subscribe, you know what I'm saying?
share.
Follow us on all social media platforms at The Thought Process. All of that, you know what I'm saying? But let's go ahead and just get started. We have a few topics for you tonight. We have our main topic, which I will not say.
mystery.
We have
Seriousness.
our subtopics. Dating a woman that can't control her mouth. When she's angry is the same as dating a man that can't control his hands while angry. It's just a different form of abuse. You know, that was circling through Twitter, I believe.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
Twitter sphere.
Yeah,
The
somewhere
Twitter
like
sphere.
that.
All right. Then we also have this is brought to you in part by Miss Alia Rose. FDA approves lab grown meat.
Was it?
I thought that was Eli.
Was it? Was it either of them? How do y'all have this horrible of a memory? This is terrible. Let's just continue because you obviously don't know what's going on. It was me. Eli made the first comment. Alia made the second comment.
I'm
Damn,
sorry.
you pressed about that.
He is hurt.
I don't think he's hurt. I think he's just accurate.
So who mentioned the dating thing?
That was also Sean. Sean was in his feelings that day too.
So Sean just dropping all
Why
the
does this have to be about feelings?
Right?
Damn.
Oh my
Why can't-
god!
why
I'm glad
can't a
somebody
nigga-
else can
Why
step
can't a
into
nigga
and
just be
see.
like
You know,
mentioning something that is important to be understood?
Well,
That's
why
also
can't
true.
Sean just be in his bag?
oh.
She.
And then our next topic.
All right, and our next subtopic is how us '90s babies on back got abused, and they called
Extension cords.
Yep, extension cords,
That's just
shoes,
Caribbean people.
shoes.
Caribbean.
What else? What else? Switches, TVs,
The belts with the holes in them.
the belts. No, the belts with the rhinestones in them.
Oh.
The belts with the rhinestones.
Wooden spoon?
Hey, no, y'all
Wooden
parents
spoons?
listen to Future and shit. Belts with
Statues?
rhinestones.
I ain't never had no.
Parents, they never had no belt with
I ain't
rhinestones.
gonna lie, but
in
y'all
it.
remember them belts with the little metal circular holes?
No, those are holes. And
Yeah,
that-
nah, I wasn't talking about the rhinestones. I'm
Yeah,
talking
I'm
about
talking
the
about the
holes
true
that lead
I'm
circular
talking about
holes
the
in
true
your
religion
body.
It's like, why did y'all even buy those belts? You can't wear
The
that to work.
style.
You can't wear that to work. And then we'll get mad at you if they break the belt. Like, what the
Damn, fat.
Don't catch the belt.
Knock it off
Do
here.
not catch the belt. Do not catch the
You done
belt.
made the buckle
Hey, how
come
many of
off.
y'all
Look
caught
at
the
you.
belt?
I caught
Yeah,
the
and then my
spoon.
mama told my
Wait,
dad I
you-
swung on her.
Wait. You see?
Caught the spoon.
You caught the belt?
I've never caught. I said, how many of y'all have caught the
Oh.
I
belt?
said I caught the spoon.
I never caught the belt because exactly like you said when you said over there, LA, you said your mom said you swung on her because that was the equivalent. If you caught the belt and resisted the ass whooping, Nigga, that's resisting arrest.
Nigga, I feel like I stood up one time and caught the meanest 6 piece of my life.
What do the laws do when you resist arrest? They beat you. Nigga.
Stop resisting.
They say, I was just going to take you to jail at first.
Now you got a broken arm.
It's broke his nose, fractured his orbital.
Dang, now you look like the guy for national security.
How did he tear his ACL in a routine stop?
I'm getting stopped at a light.
But the point is, we're going to talk about how our parents called that parenting. But these 20 these 2,000 motherfuckers are living a soft life. Yeah, oh, you can't beat CPS. Me. You can't beat me because I got depression. Mm-hmm. You can't beat me because I had a hard time at school today. What you got to say?
I was just saying, so are we officially starting on the 90s babies?
Hey, we might as well. We here now.
Okay.
Well, continue, I just want to say, since we're officially starting on it, I feel like that opened the door. R.I.P. to Shorty whose son killed her because she didn't give him the right gift.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Not getting the proper ass whoopings caused him to kill his mama.
It was a 10-year-old in I think like Wisconsin or something, like somewhere up north. He shot his mama because she didn't buy him like a VR Switch.
Wait, he shot her?
He shot her with her gun.
So where'd he get the gun?
It was hers.
Oh, funny.
She didn't have it locked away.
I mean, yeah, okay, we can talk about gun safety,
but also gun safety.
Also, he could have used a good ass whooping. That's all I'm saying.
A good ass whooping or a few good ass whoopings.
If you ever need to defend yourself, here's the combination to the safe. And he was like,
I would just like to nuance this point right quick.
Fucking toy at.
What?
I would like to nuance this point right quick, right? Because we're talking about how, like...
Spell nuance.
Let's see, Nuance. Is that how you spell it?
He don't know. Look at him.
Anyways, fucking.
He looked like there was
I am dyslexic.
I feel like we have to be very careful with the idea that, just because we went through something, that means like people of the next generations have to go through that same thing. Because,
they do. It's a rite of passage.
Go ahead.
Because I feel like we can all agree that our parents' methods when it came to discipline were sometimes excessive and borderline abusive, and I don't feel like we would advocate for anybody to like be abused. However, there is a fine line between like I don't necessarily want to say the word corporal, but like I feel like there's a difference between like corporal discipline and like abuse,
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
What was your parents' mode of punishment and discipline?
They spanked me a lot. They spanked me until I grew out of it. As in, like, my mom would make me hold my hands out and like beat me with a spoon, or she'd like bend me over her knee and like spank me with the wooden spoon, or she would spank me like with a spatula.
Did y'all use these spoons for anything else?
As I got older, I remember one time like she was so upset at me that she broke a wooden spoon like on my hand, and like
Jesus.
There was times where like she would try to like discipline me like physically, like with her hands, you know what I mean? And at that point, one time she tried to close fist me, and I was just like, yeah, we're not doing that. And then, just like Eli said, she tried to say I saw her.
Let me ask you this question: did you turn out pretty well?
I feel like I turned out well, but not because she was beating me. I feel like I turned out well because of my personal environment.
So you're telling me that I feel like, listen. There was never a situation where you were like, I could do this, but when I get home, I know there's gonna be an ass whooping waiting for me.
No, I did it anyway, and I feel like a product of me always getting my ass whooped made me a fucking violent ass person. Like I'm quick to want to put my hands on people because I feel like, well, if you don't understand what the fuck I'm saying, then I'm gonna just beat it into you.
Hold on, abusive, domestic violence.
The tape.
And that's not okay.
That is not.
So I feel like you can get your point across without necessarily having to put your hands on somebody.
Abusive.
Bro, homegirl domestic violence.
I'm just saying.
Oh, she said, if you don't understand me, then I gotta beat it into you. And it's just that simple.
But that's what the parents was like. The parents were like, don't touch this. You touch it. They're like, oh, you didn't understand the first time. Don't touch it. You touch it again. Pow, pow, pow. Like, that's a little bit excessive.
I mean, I feel like if anything,
fucked up.
The main thing I feel like that corporal punishment was supposed to teach you that it may have failed with some people, it may have like worked with others, was respect. And I feel like although respect through fear is not the best type of respect, it's still respect. Like,
true.
Like with any other system.
But I don't fear my mom. I could beat her ass now. So she can't try that.
That's terrible.
Damn.
I have never once even had that thought.
I mean, you're a man. I'd hope you wouldn't have that thought.
But I haven't had it about my dad either.
So I just want to say this, right? And like, this is not to go into a tangent or anything, but there's a reason why a child needs both parents in the household, right? Mother for love and nurturing, father for respect and discipline. Which is why when I caught that belt, my mom told my pops
right
that I swung on her.
And then he came in with them hands.
He came in with them hands and he was like, I got it. And so like typically
that little Mac on him.
Typically I when I got in trouble at school, things like this, so for someone at home, I knew who was going to be the one to discipline me. I knew that it wasn't gonna be my mama.
Right.
I knew for a fact that like if I got in trouble, depending on what it was, I may or may not still do it and then face the consequences later. But like I knew for a fact that if I did get in trouble, I was going to have to see that man when I got home at 3 o'clock.
PM. AM?
3 o'clock, I got school.
AM, I'm asleep.
He wake your ass up.
He might wait.
That's a fresh ass whooping on the bus ride to school. That's crazy.
Up to an ass whooping. Yes, I have.
I have too. I got my ass whooped out the shower. I done been through it all. You feel me?
Not taking the trash out. One time I tripped over my pops was setting up some the security system, the cameras in the house. I tripped over the cords after getting through hooping. I wouldn't pick up my feet up. And then he two-pieced me in my chest.
Jeez.
And then told me not to cry.
I had a couple of those.
Ooh, also, I would like to say, I feel like a soft life is very, it depends on who you're talking to. You know what I mean? Because just because a parent isn't necessarily like disciplining their child physically doesn't necessarily mean that a person's living a soft life either. Because they can be going through other methods of punishment that could, you know?
I feel like the abuse wasn't like specifically physical. I feel like emotional abuse is still abuse, and it still like qualifies as like the parenting used on us. Cause like I wasn't only physically abused.
I was told I wasn't shit.
But like not even that. It's just
You're
like
You ain't shit.
You're not shit. You're a person.
You ain't shit just like your daddy, and you ain't never gonna be shit just like your daddy.
And look at your daddy. He doing good for himself. So
nah, they mean you're not.
That's what
shit,
you gotta
like
hit him with.
you're
But you fucked him.
You're not.
That's
waste.
crazy. If you would have said but you fucked him at 13, you would have caught the meanest.
You would have caught darkness.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. What year is it?
I don't know. My
But
mom
like,
used to
yeah,
argue
but I
with
feel
me.
like the soft life is like anytime I see somebody
Disrespect
say
their
like,
parents.
yeah,
And they just get away with it. Like,
yeah,
okay,
like when I see
family.
people be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really care what my mom says because like blase. Like when I see somebody not holding reverence to their parents' words, like not
Fuck
saying
you,
you gotta.
Debbie.
Not,
Literally.
man, not saying you got to do everything they say because no, you know what I'm saying, we grown, but like if you put like absolutely no reverence to the things that like your parents suggest for you, I feel like the way you grew up isn't very like aligned with the way I grew up, because just like it's so deeply ingrained with me, like I have to like force myself not to do what my mom says. Like, you feel me? Like my natural instinct, like my mom say do something, it get done. You feel me?
I don't have that instinct. You could do it yourself, lady.
It just depends on what you're asking me to do, because I'm no longer your slave.
Nigga said my contract expired.
My
so-
indenture servitude is over.
Okay, but even with saying that, you're admitting that there was once a point that if she said something, it got
Oh, if
done.
she said jump, I was going to ask how high. Without a doubt.
That's how I was raised. You feel me? I'm not saying like now. It's just like, why? like now it's just like, why? But like when I was 18, 19, 20, it was like, when do you want me to do it? You want me to do it right now? Like, cause that's just how I was raised.
And then before that, when it was 17 on back, it was like, all right. Yeah, that just shows the stages. You go through stages when it's like, all right, to when do you need that done? To like, I don't really feel like doing that.
What's your opinion on this?
I don't really feel like doing that. Sorry.
And then with you, it's just like, well, you got multiple kids.
Facts. Ask the one to do it.
Yeah, so I was properly beaten.
You got a proper ass whooping?
Yeah, I was beaten the right way. Early and often.
Every chance they got.
I say, my mom got a check, bro. She'll get home. Why the dishes ain't clean? Oh, wait. Oh, why didn't y'all get the weeds out the garden? Wow.
I told you to take that chicken out the freezer.
She would evaluate individual ass whoopings as one. So you wouldn't get like a one ass whooping for a set of shit that you did. You get an ass whooping for this, an ass whooping for this, an ass whooping for that.
Damn, so like 4 ass whoopings in one day?
Nigga, I get beat 5 times in a night, nigga. On accident. All on accident, nigga.
Shit.
I done made a mistake 5 times in a night, nigga. But it wasn't like, it wasn't too bad, but it definitely, like, it was bad, but it wasn't like, niggas
It could have been worse.
Yeah, niggas wasn't going to the hospital. We didn't feel like she was going to kill us. You know what I'm saying?
We just knew we fucked up.
It's just, niggas was like, I don't really even feel like I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? But it was like, we're going to catch this ass whooping, but we're going to survive. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be bad.
I'm a survivor.
Niggas going to cry. You know what I'm saying? Like, we was little, man. Like, we had whelps and shit. Like, yeah, we had that. But it wasn't like.
My daddy never put his hands on me. I'm talking about my Jamaican daddy.
My thing is like, these kids, I consider it soft to be so like upset for getting beat by your parents because you don't know everything. You know what I'm saying? As a kid. So it's like, and it takes time to find out how wrong you are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no cap.
Like, you can be 14, you know what I'm saying? Or like maybe you got beat at some point when you were 10. And then by 14, you looking back on it like, that was terrible that they did that to me and blah, 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 blah. You might not learn what that lesson was for till you was 34.
True.
That's what? That's 24 years later?
Yeah.
Then the nigga got to look back like, oh, that's why I got my ass beat for that.
That's why I'm beating your ass now, son.
You feel me? But they logging them life lessons. Like, yeah, the reason you getting your ass beat is so much deeper than you just not doing what I said. But it calculates to you because that's your lens. You know what I'm saying? You're like, I'm getting my ass beat. Just because I didn't do what you said, nigga, that parent got a whole memory that's tied to this moment. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
And that's tied to 3-4 more memories.
That's all confirming some future action that you ain't even did yet. You know what I'm saying?
So
they like, nigga, I remember the last time this one crackhead I knew didn't take out the trash. The next month, that nigga smoked crack for the first time. He been on the streets for years. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, nigga, you don't even.
He ain't never been the same, and all he had to do was take out the fucking trash.
It's that simple, but it's really that deep. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, had he taken out the trash, he wouldn't have been home when Tyrone, the crackhead, showed up to his door. You know what I'm saying?
So, while we're on the subject of soft life.
Crack? Oh.
So, yeah, they live a soft life. They need to get beat.
While we're on the subject of soft life, Alia.
Yeah.
What does a soft life look like for your man?
I feel like,
and mind you, you're speaking for all the women that watch us.
Okay. I feel like a soft life for your man is having him taken care of. You know what I mean? Like, he should be able to depend on you. If he asks you to do something, it should be done like before he comes back or in the timely manner that he asks you to do it. I feel like if he needs someone emotionally, you should be there for him. I feel like just like how you expect him to cater to you, you should cater to him. Like, it's not all about you and like pampering you. Like, sometimes it's okay to like pamper him, you know, especially if you want him to like be the provider.
Hold a house husband.
You know what I mean? So I just feel like that's what a soft life looks like. Like, for example, like if you're like, I don't necessarily want to be like a working man, because even if you're a stay-at-home dad, like, I feel like you should still be, both people should still be catered to, but we're talking about men, right? But if you're like a working man, you come home type shit, like, I feel like you should come home to a clean house. I don't feel like you should come home and have to pick up shit that has been there all day. I feel like, you know, you should be able to come home and have some food cooked for you. I feel like you should be able to
Can you cook?
home. Can I cook?
Who?
Yeah, she can cook. Damn. Why are you asking me?
Well, I mean,
anyway.
we hang out. The fuck I made you food? You're the only person that's eating my food. I love to cook. You know, cooking is how I show my love. So I cook for my friends, like relationship partners, whatever. Like, I just like to cook. But I feel like coming home to a clean house, coming home to some food, coming home to not being nitpicked at.
Pele said that because he can't cook.
You know?
Because I can't. Because I can't.
Nigga made beans and rice.
Oh, you dead ass. You dead ass right now. Hold on, you dead ass right now. Hold on, you dead ass right now, son. Son, you got me mad tight.
He mad.
And then on the flip side,
his only seasoning is salt.
Oh, you got me mad tight right now.
Not even pepper. Oh, this nigga everything seasoned like Raising Cane's chicken tenders.
Listen, but on the flip side, right? If you are dealing with a man that's like a stay-at-home dad, right? Like he's the one kind of tending to the house, taking care of the kids and stuff, and you come home, I feel like you should come home and kind of wanted to lighten that load for him, as in, damn, baby, been with the kids all day. Let me take care of the kids. Like, what hasn't been done around the house? Let me do this around the house. You know, like stuff like that. That's what I feel like a soft life looks like.
I would like to say this real quick.
We listening.
She brought up something interesting that I've never really thought to even ask. It's like, if you were to ask a woman who is the breadwinner in their household, how would you like to be taken care of by the person who you're with? You know what I'm saying? Being the breadwinner. Because like we understand like the tropes of what a man is to expect from his wife when he's the breadwinner coming home, so the house should be clean and blah, 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 right? So it's like, I've never thought to ask because it's not a situation I see myself being in. So what I'm saying is, it's like, if I'm in a relationship and my girl starts making more money than me, I'm gonna have to leave.
Hey, while we're there,
He said she gonna be a single rich bitch.
So while we're on that note,
motherfucking that contract for the new job and shit, and then she's like, babe, look at my salary. I'm like,
While
I gotta go.
While we're on that note, Ali, while we're on that note,
we'll always have our memories.
Your man is a provider, right? Let's say your man's providing for you, so forth and so on, right?
Yeah.
Let's say,
what are your expectations?
let's say you get a new job, and your new job is you making $500K a year.
Okay.
Is he allowed to quit his job?
I feel like if he wants to, he should be able to.
So with that being said, what would be not just yours?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you probably have had this conversation with like other women, right? Mm-hmm. From y'all's perspective, what are y'all's expectations of us if y'all are in the position of the breadwinner and he's in the position of the house husband?
I feel like
the house husband.
I feel like it would essentially be the same. Like the person that's at home, like hold down the house. You know what I mean? Like if I'm leaving for work and I'm like, hey babe, can you wash these dishes? When I come back, if there's dishes in the sink, I'm gonna be fucking pissed off. Cause I'm like, damn, nigga, it's the only thing I asked you to do. So please get it done respectfully. You know? Like shit like that.
And not speaking for yourself, but like from women you've talked to, right? Do y'all feel that being the breadwinner, if he does that, then y'all should be faithful to him?
Well, I feel like despite who makes more money, being faithful should be expectation in any relationship, unless it's previously discussed that that's not what y'all are on. I don't feel like the amount of money should dictate whether you should be faithful to your partner or not.
No.
And that's how you feel, right?
That's insane.
How do women feel?
I was like, what do they feel?
That's how I feel.
I know you're different.
Let me finish. That's how I feel, right? But I feel like for men and women, I feel like the sphere is if I make more money than you, then I can do what I want and you don't really have a say. But I personally don't agree with that.
No matter how many motherfucking dishes you wash, or how many clothes
no matter how much meat you slay.
So we all remember loving basketball, right?
How many plates of Salisbury steak and gravy
Boy, you could be in there whipping it up.
Hey.
Yeah.
And somewhere in a Hilton motel, she's getting her back broken by her boss.
We all remember.
Just a nigga.
We all remember loving basketball, right? What did Quincy's daddy say to his mama when she started tripping?
Look, I paid the bills, right?
He said, we got enough money to make sure I keep your ass in Gucci and gold.
Yep, Gucci and gold.
Gucci and gold, baby. It don't matter what I do. Don't worry, you still gonna be in that Gucci and gold.
And that just shows what people value, though. For real.
And that's the equivalent of eat the cake.
Like for example,
I gave you that cake, right?
Because even like your nuance,
eat that shit.
when we were talking about like, you know, the people that make more money or whoop-de-whoop, I feel like it doesn't really matter if you make money, like the respect is still respect. And I don't feel like, for example, if I had a millionaire boyfriend, like I would not stand for him cheating on me just because he's a millionaire, because ain't no amount of money you can give me to catch a fucking STD. Ain't no amount of money you can give me to keep having my body fucked up because you out here fucking this bitch, next bitch, and that bitch. You know what I mean? And vice versa.
Is it really cheating, right? I was told by a woman that you can't get cheated on unless you're being cheated out of something.
You're being cheated out of your fucking health.
Well, we all think that there are many women out there that would be happily cheated on.
Right, and they happily got pussy burning.
Happily with
They happily got fucking BV.
Probably fucked Usher.
She was like, I
They
call
either
him
fucked
incurable,
Usher
but
or Young
I'm
Boy.
a millionaire.
You feel me? No, I'm good. I'm sorry. What'd you say, Ale?
Oh,
Let it burn like Usher's sperm.
Fire. So while we're on the topic of dating, so forth and so on, right? Let's go ahead and get into this. How do y'all feel about well, you know what? Let's start with the guys. Specifically Sean, since he brought this to our attention.
Oh, you remember that now?
Right. We could box after the show.
I'm with that.
All right, bet. Anyways, let's start with you. Go ahead and talk to us about this mouth and hands and angriness.
Well, I feel like I saw this, you know what I'm saying? And it really like spoke to me because I feel like in my past, I've dealt with a lot of women who are blunt, like they like to call it. Like, you know what I'm saying? They call it like it is. They tell it like it is. You know what I'm saying? They're going to say whatever is on their mind regardless. And I feel like a lot of them tend to overlook the fact that like if those same words came out of my mouth, you would be broken. You feel me? Like without, I don't even have to say it rough. Like I can just say it and you be like, I can't believe you just talked to me like that. And like, so like in that same sense, like just like with the hands thing, like on the men's side, you feel me? Like men understand, like even though there are men that are out here fucking up and they need their ass whooped, like they understand like, hey, I'm stronger than you, and like you know what I'm saying? Like if I hit you, it's gonna hurt you way, you know what I'm saying, worse than like if you hit me.
They ain't never been hit by Sharkeisha.
So,
y'all remember Sharkeisha?
Sharkeisha.
And so with that same trope, I feel like sometimes, especially with women, women know exactly what their man is insecure about. They know exactly what their man is struggling with. They know exactly what...
which is why we don't open up.
Like, nah, for real though. Like, they know exactly what, you know what I'm saying, what exactly is what button can I press to make this man explode? And then they press that whole 10 times.
Yeah,
and it's like...
boink, boink.
Don't press the button, DD.
Push the goddamn button. Blow everybody up.
Like that's what
and I feel like
his beard.
It's easily said.
Ingrown hairs.
I feel like it's easily said that if a man loves a woman, he won't cause her physical pain. So why is it not as easily said that if a woman loves a man, she won't cause him a continuous emotional pain?
What about those men who are abusive, who are putting their hands on women, and they're saying, I'm doing this because I love you?
Then they deserve whatever's waiting on them in hell. What the fuck?
Okay, we're not talking about them. Them niggas need therapy.
Them niggas are weird.
Niggas need therapy in jail.
So anyways, while we're talking about the
Jail
being
therapy,
verbally
if you
abusive, let's talk about the difference between verbally abusive and verbally combative.
Well,
or are they the same? Oh, you have something to say?
I had something.
All right, go ahead and
say. So, have y'all ever
No.
seen people fighting, right?
Yes.
And then they were fighting, right? And then they was like, I'm tired of fighting. I'm done fighting. Let's talk this out.
No.
Okay, but have y'all seen people be like, I'm done talking.
I'm done talking. I'm about to beat your ass.
So that's the reason I have to infinitely put physical abuse over verbal abuse, because it's like that's the last resort, physical, because that's when it's like, yeah, there's nothing else to say about this. What happened happened. That's action. So it's like,
Let's get down to business.
We always said in the 90s, you know what I'm saying? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt.
And it was always a lie. It was always a lie.
The thing is that you control your reaction. And that's the reason that words ultimately still are not on the same level for me as physical abuse, because it's like I can hear your words and I can respond how I want, and I can respond with more words. But when I hear your words, or not at all. But when I hear your words and it makes me respond, you know what? It's time for me to beat your ass. You know what I'm saying? That's just not necessarily the equivalent. That's not equivalent to one another, in my opinion.
So let's talk about this verbally abusive versus verbally combative. We'll start with Alia. Is there a difference? Are they the same? Are they intertwined? Talk about it.
So before I get to the verbally abusive versus verbally combative, I just wanted to also stick my 2 cents in that I kind of agree with Eli in that I feel like physical abuse is a bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? I feel like physical abuse is worse than
emotional abuse.
Abuse.
Like to beat your thoughts into people.
However, I do also understand that. I also do understand that emotional abuse is very real. Like, you can break somebody down like with your words. Like, you can, like, there's people that are very vindictive, very spiteful, and like what Sean said, like, they know what buttons to push, they know what insecurities to hit on, and sometimes people's words can feel like a literal slap because that's how the words are hitting you, right? And then to follow into verbally abusive versus verbally combative, I feel like verbally abusive is when you are going out of your way. Well, first, they are not the same, and no, they cannot be interchangeable because they're 2 different things. Because to be abusive is to intentionally cause harm to your partner. So if I'm having an argument with my partner and I'm like, you know what, I feel like you're a bitch, you're not shit, you're not gonna fucking go anywhere, you're gonna be a bum for the rest of your life. Like, that's abuse. But verbally combative is if you're like, I feel like it's raining today, and they're like, I don't feel like it's raining today, it's just drizzling today, and you're like, okay, well, drizzle or rain, it's still rain, and you're like, no, rain's not drizzle, it's drizzle, you know? Like, I feel like being verbally combative is like having petty back and forths or petty debates, or just, I'm gonna say everything opposite of you because I feel like being combative, you know? And I feel like a lot of people do kind of experience that in their relationships.
Are you looking up the definition? Oh.
But yeah, I think that's about it. That's all my thoughts.
Like, can I ask this question to the audience?
Yeah.
I just wanted to see where they leave their answers in the comments.
Please leave your answers in the comments.
Okay, guys, this is a quick moment we're gonna take just to ask you guys a question. We want you guys to answer in the comments, if you will, please.
He really bringing the Scorpio out of Scorpio.
I want y'all to. This is a genuine question I had. How long after a friend of y'all's passes do you think is proper to wait out of respect for them before you fuck on the hoes that they had that also wanted to fuck you?
But on the other side, they ain't fucking, so.
That's really what it is. It's like, I was out of respect, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Not, you know, but
30
that's
days.
Gone. So.
That's gone.
30 days.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
30. So I personally feel like, you know, you give it a week. 2 weeks. Because everybody got to mourn.
Bro, he smashed her before the funeral.
I had to.
Yo, help! Hey, let's get back on topic.
Nigga wasn't embalmed yet, and I was like, damn.
All right, so like we was talking about the difference between verbal abuse and being verbally combative, and I had took the time out to look up the 2. The dictionary definition of being verbally abusive is having words or behaviors used to manipulate, intimidate, or maintain power or control over someone. While being verbally combative is just being like contradictory and hostile. And I feel like the biggest thing about verbal abuse is that like it's not it's not frivolous. It's not for no reason. Like there's a reason there. Like you're trying to like keep control. You're trying to like make sure the what you want to happen, you're making sure it happens by doing these things. Just like with physical abuse. Oh, you don't want her talking to other men, so you're gonna punch her in the eye so she has a black eye, so like men don't see her, like, you know what I'm saying? Or it's whatever reason, like it's always for a reason. It's never just like frivolous.
That don't work on me. You punch a bitch in the eye, I'm still gonna talk to her. She pretty.
Facts. The black eye just like, damn, baby, what happened to you?
Let me come protect you, shorty.
Hey,
Tupac
said,
what's
wrong? Why you got glasses on? What's wrong with your eye?
Hey, real quick, I just wanted to double back and just also emphasize the point that earlier I said that I feel like physical violence is worse than emotional abuse. I take that back. I feel like being emotionally abusive and being physically violent are equally fucked up, and we should not be emotionally abusing our partners, nor should we be physically abusing our partners. And if you feel like you have to physically or emotionally abuse your partner, then you probably shouldn't be with them, and vice versa.
Facts.
I have a limp mic.
Oh, you shouldn't tell people that. Also, there's drugs for that.
Look at it. Look, every time I move it, it just goes right back.
Man, it's just not interested in you.
But look, so before we get into our main topic, I want everybody's quick opinion on the FDA approving lab-grown meat.
Yeah. Nah.
Next is lab-grown babies.
They already have those.
Yeah, that's
Exactly.
But like, nah, bro. They turned this into the Hunger Games. You're gonna get a meat cube in the mail.
No, wait, hold on. So when you say nah, you really mean I wish not. And the real truth is nigga, those movies are the future. Nigga, have y'all seen Snowpiercer?
Nah, but I know what you're talking about.
We're on the train?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where we're going, nigga.
Yeah.
We're like, if you have more money, you get to eat real food. If you are poor, you will eat people.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy.
It was a movie called The 1,000. I mean, like, or it was a show called The 1,000 or whatever. The 100. You're right. Where, you know what I'm saying? They got to a certain place, and after a while, they was like, all right, so look, we running out of food. So y'all gonna get down there in them fighting pits, and y'all gonna fight. And whoever die, we gonna eat them.
Yeah, that's who we eating.
And that's crazy because it's like we giving up so much of our like freedoms and rights, and like also we're becoming so okay with stuff like the whole like nothing against vegans or whatever, you know what I'm saying, but we're being okay with so much like fake meat, like so much fake processed stuff that is just like one day they gonna feed us 3D printed chicken and we just gonna be okay with it.
You know how we can combat that?
Nigga,
what's up?
What is the vegan gonna be able to say?
I was saying, you know how we can combat that? Everybody that has a problem with whatever the government is doing can actively make a choice to do other. I.e., if you don't want to rely on the government for your food source, then get out there, stack up your money, invest in some land, invest in your own property, have a garden, and have your own fucking animals. Because if you have your own animals, then you can make your own food, and then you don't have to deal with lab-grown meat.
So what you're saying is,
make friends with Charlotte's Web before you eat the bacon.
So speaking of bacon. So look, I just want to talk about this real quick before we move on. So look, and this was brought to my attention via social media. Mm-hmm. There's supermarkets everywhere, right? Walmart's, Target's, Kroger's.
Get to the point.
Have you ever gone to the meat aisle and see them out of bacon?
Yeah.
You're
I don't
lying.
eat bacon.
Huh?
I don't eat pork.
During COVID.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, no. Normally they're fully stocked with bacon all the time.
Always. But just so happens they sometimes they be out of like ground turkey. Mm-hmm. They be out of like steak sometimes. They be low on things like that. They always got bacon. Mm-hmm. I have never not once seen a pig. Like a group of pigs in like real life.
In Jamaica, my family has a hog
on
farm.
45?
Nigga just make a conspiracy out of nothing. I'm like, wait, what?
You know what? I
Where
drive
the pigs coming
I-10
from,
every
nigga?
day, and I ain't seen one oinker.
Like, nigga, where are the pigs, nigga?
Show me a pig.
They're in uniform.
Ask yourself that, nigga. Where are the pigs, nigga?
They're in uniform. You like?
See, first they feed us
Your joke
fake
didn't land the
pigs.
first time. Sorry.
Next,
It landed.
it's fake beef. Next,
Niggas already got fake beef.
It's impossible.
It's
all fake. It's all fake.
I'm sorry.
You said it landed the first time. Thank you. Or thank you, whoever the fuck.
But yeah, so all I'm saying is that they say there's wild pigs and that there's pig farms and things like that. But like, I truly do not believe that for a supermarket to always have bacon, there are that many pigs in this world.
So
can someone like add their 2 cents on what I was saying about like, you know, people should just grow their own food?
Oh, okay, I agree.
Before I get on that, here's why I feel about your pig theory, right? A pig is already a disgusting animal. You're already not supposed to be eating it. Like that's coming from a person who
loves it.
You know what I'm saying? I eat bacon. You know what I'm saying? Like I like bacon, but like I understand that like I shouldn't be eating bacon and that like it's fucking up my insides. So if somebody came up to me and was like, "Hey, that bacon you're eating is bad," I would be like, "I know."
Cool story, bro.
You are right.
So like whether it was grown in a lab or came from a pig, like they're both equally disgusting.
But okay, so I'm gonna go on your point, Alia.
Thank you.
So I am one person who believes in a community, right? Mm-hmm. And when I say a community, I mean like living within a community, like let's say
like pilgrims.
No. Yeah, like
but not racist.
No, not like
not killing Indians.
Like what's the people? Not pilgrims. They're
Mormons.
Not Mormons.
Wait,
the Amish people.
The Amish. So yeah, like the Amish, but with technology. I can't do without technology.
Amish and Mormons are different.
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So what I'm saying is like me. I believe in like me and my friends putting our bread together, go buying a few 100 acres and living on that land together.
Yeah. Group economics.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then you know what I'm saying, whoever's good at this they do that, whoever's good at that they do that, so forth and so on.
You fix this, you plant that, you kill this chicken.
So I agree with that. Like my sister and I have already started putting in work for that. So but onto our main topic, which I said wasn't gonna be said until it was time to be said.
Dun dun dun.
The main topic is trust the process, right? Who coined trust the process? Where does that come from? Does anybody know?
Joel Embiid.
The 76ers.
Why are you kissing the mic?
Yes, the 76ers. So the 76ers coined the process. It's like their like motto, and basically, it's been like this thing of like even when times are bad, just trust the process.
Yeah, trust the work you put in. Yeah. Trust the plan that you put together.
You know, just because we're not winning right now, don't worry. We in a rebuild.
Also, but like the double entendre for that is that Joel Embiid's nickname is the process. Mm-hmm. So like, yeah, if we're losing, just give him the ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you know, can't give Harden the ball these days.
You're tripping. Averaging a double this season. Don't start on Harden.
That's his favorite player, y'all. But nah, this is not a basketball podcast, so let's get back to it. Trust in the process. So what does trust in the process mean to like y'all? Because I know like everybody might have a different opinion. Or what does it look like?
Ladies first? Okay. So I feel like trusting the process means that kind of like what y'all all just stated, you know, like trust in the work that you've put in, believe in yourself, believe in your own capabilities, and don't take no for an answer, you know, like get your shit done, put in the work. And even though like you might not see the fruits of that labor, like keep putting in work. But also I feel like trusting the process also means knowing when to shift your process. Like if you're doing something and it's not working, like it's okay to rebrand or reroute and try again, you know, because that's still in the process of trusting the process, you know? Like some things are going to work out and that's okay, but you have to know when to, you know, continue or when to stop, review, and start over. So that's what trusting the process means to me. And trust your process. You can't necessarily be trusting other people's process. Like, their game plan isn't always the game plan that's going to work for you. So, like, trust in yourself first and kind of really analyze, like, what you're investing, like, your time into if you're going to, you know, kind of ride somebody else's wave. Because their wave can lead you to bullshit.
Facts. So, what I have when it comes to trusting the process, right? I just want to read this off real quick because I made some notes and I knew I wasn't going to remember. So, don't mind me. One thing I want to say about trusting the process, right? Trusting the process is going to come with hardships. Things are going to happen along your journey to success, but having confidence that every lesson is going to bring you one step forward, that's what's important. Whether you want to believe it or not, failure is a good thing. Mm-hmm. It is proof you are trying. I also was saying that and this is really important. One of the many reasons why people are unable to trust the process is because when you trust in the process, you have to let go of some control.
Right.
And a lot of people are unable to let go of control. Sometimes you just gotta let go and let God. I found for myself that when I was younger, I used to want to like control everything, so forth and so on, but that also caused a lot of stress. These days, when I say these days, I mean like in my older years, like grown years, like when I got out of my people's house, so forth and so on, I don't really stress anymore because I'm very go with the flow. I'm very whatever has happened is going to happen, and I can't control anything but myself. Mm-hmm. So since I can only control one thing and only one variable, why am I worried about outside variables?
True.
You feel me? So that's for me. That's what trusting the process looks like. It looks like letting go and letting God do whatever He has to do,
or whoever you believe in. Some people might not believe in God.
Okay, so don't get me started on that.
I know. I'm just saying. I just wanted to nuance that. That's it.
Oh, what?
I agree
is this your new word? Nuance? Is this your word of the day?
It's not new.
Not new at all.
Is this your word of the day?
Yeah. Nuance. NUANCE. Bitch.
So
not you.
What whoever. I see trusting the process is like you said, it's like putting together a plan, starting on a plan, and following it. Mm-hmm. Like you said, letting go. You don't know how something's gonna turn out. You know what I'm saying? You can believe in a certain outcome, but you don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Until it happens. Cause nigga, you can expect anything. Fucking meteor hit the earth, shit over. You know what I'm saying? So like nothing happened. That is shit. Yeah, we didn't get to 6:00 tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So like, I see trusting the process is having faith and belief mm-hmm. in the plan that you put together and what you decided your plan of action is and what you're doing. So it's like, I feel like as you have more experiences over time, that's what brings that sense of calm. It's like, I know how this shit usually turn out. I did my part. It's probably gonna happen how I expect, or pretty close to that. You know what I'm saying? Like all those outcomes are expected. And then the other half is that when you have had enough experiences, you've developed a level of problem solving that brings calm as you've gotten older, because you're like, whatever happens, I'm gonna deal with it. Mm-hmm. And so like that's the two parts of the calm from that you develop over time in regards to trusting the process, in my opinion.
And problem solving. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So the Eli's last point was basically all I was gonna say, and I was gonna bring it back to the joke I made about Joel Embiid being the process. Like at the end of the day, you can put all these plans forth, you can like set all these goals for yourself, but at the end of the day, you are like what's gonna make it work. You feel me? So like when it comes down to crunch time and like you're looking like, dang, I don't know how I'm gonna make this happen, just trust that you're gonna make it happen. Like just trust that, like, and that's kind of how, you know what I'm saying, for better or for worse, that's kind of how I like live my life these days. It's just like a lot of things go on that are outside of my control. A lot of things go on that I don't like. A lot of things that go on that I wish I could change. A lot of things go on that like if I had a say, I would make it go a different way to like make myself, you know, better. But like since I can't do that, all I can do is make choices that's going, you know what I'm saying, benefit me in the future, and not stress on what choices I can't make.
I feel like that's just sane. You know what I'm saying? It's just sane. It's like
go ahead. Go ahead, Eli.
Yeah, that's it. I was just saying that's just
sanity.
Yeah.
And I know this kind of was like my point, but nobody touched on also trusting the process. You know, if shit's not working out, change it. Like, I feel like sometimes people like be stuck in there, like, trust the process. Like, oh, like, you know, I'm gonna just take care of it when I take care of it, and I'm gonna just trust it when it happens.
At
like,
what point do you change it?
That's what I'm saying. Like, when you realize what you have been doing is not fruitful, when you realize the plan of action that you created isn't working out for you and is, you know, kind of like affecting the people around you, like depending on what the plan of action is or what's going on, like you have to recognize and be able to readjust. And I feel like that goes back into what Eli was saying, that comes with experience and problem solving. And I feel like a lot of people don't value problem solving, and I feel like a lot of people feel like they have the experience and they don't. And also trusting the process comes with taking advice from other people that have done it before you. Some people are hard of hearing, they don't want to listen, they don't want to take any advice or anything like that because they feel like they know everything. And I feel like a lot of the times, but again, that's all in trusting the process though, you know, like whether you want to make shit harder or easy for yourself, like that is what that is. But I just feel like the point that I'm trying to drive in, like, is trusting the process also means knowing when to switch up what you're doing.
So, like, to speak to that, I would say that's the reason why making a plan is so important, is that in making that plan, you give yourself, like, time frames. And if you did research and then interacted with other people who've done what you're trying to do or something similar or close enough, you develop a reasonable time frame.
Reasonable doubt.
For how long it's supposed to take.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And then as you get to the end of your time frame, then you can reevaluate yourself and say, okay,
right.
Another set of so much time to it. Do I want to continue on this path, or is it time for me to change because I didn't reach where I thought I'd be within the time?
Right.
So, in contrast, because you know I have to. In contrast to what both of them are saying, I feel like, yeah, it is important to know when to fold, but a great example of somebody who didn't fold when everybody told them to was Steve Harvey. He didn't become famous for what he was doing for 10 years until he was 30. Like keep going. He was a comedian for he was trying to be a comedian since he was 20, but he didn't actually get noticed as a comedian until he was in his 30s. So, and now he's rich.
But that's a different thing. Like, if you believe in, I'm sorry, LA, just real quick, just to that, if you believe in what you're doing and you see the fruits of your labor and other people don't see that and they're not, and they don't see it, but as long as you see it, that's all that matters. But it's if you don't see it and other people are telling you, hey, this is not it, then maybe you should reevaluate. But if you're doing everything that you need to do, for example, with the Steve Harvey, he was trying to be a comedian for X amount of time. He was doing everything that he needed to do to get himself in those spaces. And the people that were naysayers were simply just being naysayers. And that's why he got to where he was, because he trusted his process, because his process was working for him.
Hey, with that and the Steve Harvey thing, right? I want to piggyback off of that, and I had something to say about him, because when you I'm like this. There are sometimes there are going to be naysayers, right? But for a fact, there will always be that one person that's going to ride for you no matter what. And for Steve Harvey, it was his father. When he was a child, he had an assignment, and it said to write. The assignment was write what you want to be when you grow up. Steve Harvey wrote, "I want to be on TV."
Right.
His mama started tripping. Was like, "Nah, that's stupid." So forth and so on. That's not what the assignment was.
Well, go get you a job.
Yeah. So that wasn't what the assignment was, et cetera, so forth and so on. She called his pops, expecting his pops to
be on the same page.
Yeah, be on the same page as her. And he was like, "Well, why you can't be on TV? What's wrong with that?" And he was like, "Boy, go to your room, do the assignment." He went up to after that, you know what I'm saying, for his mom's sake, he was like, hey, he went upstairs, followed him. He was like, "Hey, look, is that really what you want to do? Is that really what you want to be?" He was like, "All right, put that in your drawer. I want you to write be a policeman or something on there, and take that down to your mom, show her so she can calm down. And every morning when you wake up every morning every night before you go to sleep, I want you to open your drawer and look at that that writing. And he did it, and now look at him.
Mm-hmm. Trust in the process.
I would like to say this though, people. If people would be honest and tell the truth, there's never just one thing that you wanted to do all your life. Mm-hmm. I can get it. There's this one great thing that was an interest that you've held for a long time, but be real.
Facts.
In the growth of your entire
I used to want to go to Harvard.
You wanted to do this at this point, this at this point. You know what I'm saying? There's always other things going on other than this one thing that is your main vein. Mm-hmm. It's just that might have been the one thing that you really wanted to happen. You see what I'm saying? It was like, I'm sure Steve Harvey pursued other things.
Of course.
And tried to do other things. He was just like, yeah, but if I had it my way, it's still going to be comedy. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, because like in his biography, he was saying like when he was like 25, 26, he was like sleeping in his car trying to find bars to do comedy at. Mm-hmm. Like he didn't go work at like, you know what I'm saying, Five Guys and just say fuck it, fuck my dreams, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna get this money. Like he doubled down. He was like, whatever it takes, like however much I have to suffer to make this happen, I'm gonna make it happen, and I respect that.
But that's not what Eli was saying though. I don't think. Was that what you were saying?
I don't know. That's just what I said.
I think what Eli was trying to say was like, even though you have like one main dream, like there's other things that you might also be interested in. You know what I mean? So like,
or were interested
in. And so like in that process of trying to get to your big dream, like it's also okay to like do other things that you might be interested in or something like that.
It's not even just that I was saying from a concept wise, it would be okay.
You break Dubai.
I'm saying how it happens in reality is that no one ever just did one. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You might have those memories of the card, but it's like, if you just ask enough questions around that,
you'll
like,
find that he had other ambitions.
Other shit going on in his life. Yeah. It's just like.
That also failed.
Thank you. Thank you. And that's the other thing is that, you gotta, like, bro, so, like, let's be real. Teachers. When you were younger, you thought your teacher was way cooler than you think your teacher is right now.
Yeah.
When you grow up, you realize, oh, you wanted to be a blah, 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 and you didn't get to do that.
Now you want OnlyFans.
Or like, you ended up being a teacher because it's stable, safe, and you need to pay off some school debt and blah, 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 blah. All the other reasons.
All respectable, but like you didn't wake up one day and was like, I want to help the kids.
Or maybe they did.
And when you told us that lie in class, like, I really love teaching and always wanted to be a teacher.
We throwing shade right now.
We learned the truth is that, you tore your ACL in volleyball back when you were
we throwing shade right now.
Now he threw the ACL in there.
No, it wasn't my ACL, it was my LCL.
I'm talking about the real way that
it was my meniscus.
I'm talking about the real way that humans go through growth in life.
I feel like you sneak dissing right now?
A bunch of other shit happened.
Hey, after Shaw get his route, you can get yours too.
Like, I bet you Steve Harvey was like, 14 at one point, was like, nah, nigga, that comedy shit done, nigga. I'm going to the league, nigga. You know what I'm saying? That nigga broke his arm. Was like, damn.
Well, at least I'm still funny.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I still can make people laugh.
Like, bro, when I didn't know how tall I was gonna be, like, nigga, when I was shorter, much shorter, nigga, I thought I was about to be an old lineman, nigga. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna be a left guard, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be about maybe like 6 foot, 325 pounds, nigga. That was my ambition at one point, nigga. Bro, I started getting taller. I was like, shit, I might fuck around and go to the league. Nope. Nah. Still not there yet, nigga. Not even that direction, nigga. Do something with thinking.
So in long story short, when it comes to trust in the process, things may not always be what they seem. Mm-hmm. But, some people, they double down. Some people, they switch it up. But at the end of the day, you're going to always do what works for you. Mm-hmm. And I want to leave y'all with this little bit of information before we get out of here. Somewhere in the world, right now in this moment, somebody's mouth is being...
What? Somebody's mouth is being what?
Yeah. They said
I feel like we should just...
In some car, on some freeway, in some country...
Somebody's getting faced.
Somebody's mouth is being farted in.
Oh,
that's even worse.
Farted in? Sign me up, because I'll fart in somebody's mouth for some money.
If you are out here licking butts, please stop.
Help. Seek help. Please.
They said don't
make a
eat.
joke
They
and I
said
can't
they
because
said don't eat
people
the
think I'm
booty like
insensitive.
groceries. Don't eat the booty
like comment, and subscribe.
And stay away from the booty.
I appreciate
And get your
y'all.
pap smears.
I appreciate y'all for coming and staying with us. If you made it this far, you a real one. Make sure you do comment because we want to know how you feel about the whole episode. Follow us on all social media platforms at The Thought Process.
Oh, and how many
The thought
days?
process.
Don't forget how many days after someone dies can you fuck on the hoes who you
9,2,500.
I said 2 weeks, 14 days.
We're gonna put a poll up for this one. We're gonna put a poll up for this one. I say 30 days. Eli says 2 weeks max.
14 days.
14 days max. Sean,
says, stay away from your dead homie hoes.
Alia.
Does it even matter?
Does it even? Hey, yo.
Hey, look, day.
Wait. I know we're trying to get out, but
You
that's
heard
a good
about what
point.
happened.
That's just like, they gonna get fucked by somebody.
sad.
Somebody
Yeah.
gonna fuck.
That's
Somebody.
the point.
It
That's
might
the
as
point
well
I'm getting
be
at.
me. Somebody gonna do it.
That's the
it might
point
as well
I'm
be
getting
me.
at.
I might as
Is
well
that-
dab up my
Is
homie.
that so? I can't fuck her. Like what? A year later?
Hey, look.
I
Hey,
know
look.
she needed that.
This has been episode 3 of The Thought Process, motherfuckers. We is out.